My name is David Donnenfield. We are here at the offices of the Video Project in San Francisco, California, and I am the managing director of the Video Project. The Video Project is a distributor of independently made films to the education community. So what that means is that independent producers who generate programming on generally topical issues come to us to find a market within the educational community, colleges, universities, high schools, public libraries, that sort of thing. The other thing about the Video Project is that we tend to specialize in certain kinds of films. Most of our films have to do with environmental topics or social justice topics. They could be anything from films on energy to films on sustainable agriculture to films on HIV/AIDS in Africa, eco-justice in underrepresented communities in the United States. So we tend to be on the forefront of those social issues involving the environment, underserved communities, even some health topics. Why did I become a producer? Well, I suppose, you know, for me it kind of starts in childhood a bit. I had somewhat activist parents, and they would point out all kinds of injustices and anomalies within our system, whether it was government system or social services system. And I pretty much got the bug of being a crank, a critic, someone who wasn't happy to just coast along with the status quo. And I saw, just because of my own propensities, as someone who could possibly make a difference through communications, as opposed to, say, like politics or law, something of that sort. So I went to school in film at UCLA and got a degree in that, and picked up a master's degree in educational technology, and had always wanted to do filmmaking that would have an impact on improving society. So I did. I became a producer. That's the short answer. The long answer is that it's not easy becoming a producer. There's the business side, there's which in and of itself creates a lot of challenges for people. It's not enough to simply want to change the world. You have to find the means by which to put together materials that are your contribution to changing the world. Working at the Video Project is, it's not necessarily monetarily rewarding, but it is very satisfying doing this kind of work, because we represent producers doing things that they're passionate about, where they're filling a niche, they're filling a void in the communications landscape. And for us, that landscape is more confined to the education world, but you can imagine these are a lot of very, very topical and sometimes quite controversial issues that don't get sufficient, maybe even any treatment at all within the school day. And yet many of these topics are issues that, if they don't confront us now, they will confront the young people who are occupying those seats in those schools. And these films could be one of the only, if not maybe one of the best ways for them to develop some understanding and interest in topics that will impact their lives deeply in the coming years. So we see our role as filling in the curriculum where there are these glaring omissions of emerging important issues and topics. It's a total uphill battle for all kinds of different reasons. Teachers are overworked. They're being made to fit their curriculum within very, very narrow guidelines that are maybe not chosen for the best of reasons by people above them. There's a million good excuses of why not to show this material in class, but we don't think so. We don't think they're good reasons at all. And when we survey teachers who use our materials, they don't think so as either. They don't think that way either. So we know we're filling an important function, and we would like to expand our reach much, much deeper into the education world, and we try to do that on a daily basis. But it's an uphill battle, and we have to be clever and resourceful in terms of trying to reach people, areas of the country, even reach past certain prejudicial notions that folks may have in order to expose students to these topics and producers' explorations of the topics. Let's face it, a well-made film is not just informative, it's inspiring. So who knows what form that inspiration is liable to take. Our job is to get it out there and let that inspiration do what it will.